Bro, she looks good, bro. Oh my god. Bro, I don't know if she's gonna fight, but we gotta try. Oh my god! She likes white people! Wait, did she just message me first? She just messaged me. Like Kobe said, the job is not finished. My dad would kill me if I brought you home, but LMAO. She's typing. Wait, she's typing again. She's typing again.
What type of shot is that? Genuinely, what type of shot is that, bro? She gave you the ball. It was an open goal. It was genuinely an open goal. What type of shot was that? She goes, "You're so cute." And this guy has the audacity to put, "My dad would kill me if I brought you home, but LMAO. What type of shot is that? Oh my goodness, Valentine. Why would someone willingly go into a household that will hate them? What type of shot is that? This is like when white women find a black man and go, "Oh, I love mixed babies." What type of shot are these? Act normal.
Bro, you're fumbling. You're fumbling, bro.
The only way a man is making you pay bills is if he's broke or you're not his dream woman, because a man that has the money, a man that can do it, is paying all of the bills. No man that actually has their dream woman is making them pay bills. No man that actually likes the woman that they're with is making her pull out her wallet for anything. And if he is making you pull out your wallet at any time during the dating process, if you guys are married or if you're in a committed relationship, you're not his dream woman and he's settled or he's broke. And if he's broke, he shouldn't even be dating. He shouldn't even be entertaining you. You shouldn't even accept a man that's broke because he does not have anything to offer you, because a broke man oftentimes has a broken mentality. Okay, so do not accept men that require you to pay. I don't care if it's 80-20. I don't care if it's 60-40. He needs to go get some more money, or you need to move around because you're not his woman that he wants, the dream. Okay, bye.
A dude in the comments said, "Me and my dream wife been going 100-100 for years. Result is a paid off house, no bills, and regular vacay. Makes no sense for one person to shoulder the entire load, especially with two high incomes." These modern women, they must be joking, because this is absolute foolishness.
I don't think it's wanting. I think in today's economy with some relationships, it's necessary. So he's referring to my last video that I was speaking about 50-50 and how women are calling men gold diggers when men want to do 50-50. And I 100% agree with him. I think that most men, if they could, would want to do a more traditional type of relationship. But unfortunately, in today's society, thanks to feminism, both people have to work, and that's just what it is. What you have to do is you have to stop blaming men for the fact that the economy is the way that it is, and women have to work and also put up their end of the deal. You guys ask for this and all you do is complain. So either try to reverse feminism or shut it. If you want things to be the way that they used to be, where we were able to live on one income, then take it up with the government. Do what you have to do, but you have to stop blaming men, because it's not men's fault that society is the way that it is. It's actually more your guys' fault with feminism.
I mean, shoot, honestly, you could fight for fair, equitable rights while not trying to trump men and say that they're trash and they're terrible. I understand want to be respected as a human being, but what modern women are doing today is trying to make men servants to them. Absolutely not.
It's giving bummy. With some sweatpants on, you wearing my socks. I just don't know. You shop at what's this? Steve Madden. I'm gonna have to say that doesn't give me like you got like class. Okay. You kind of like low budget. You shop at Steve Madden. You're giving me attitude too.
Oh, okay.
It's just attitude. I just have a feeling your feet are ashy under there. That's why you have socks on. But
are you passing?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say no.
This dude in the comments that said his brother's still alive. Good, clean comedy, man.
What I really can't stand is when a dude I wouldn't even think about talking to, looking at, go and get him a little girlfriend. That's weird. Why would you go and do that? Like, that's the reason why you ain't get picked, because you're not patient. You don't have drive. You lack loyalty. That's why I ain't pick you. Like, I mean, I wouldn't think about picking you, but I'm definitely not gonna pick you now. That's like, oh, I had you in the spin cycle for 6 years, so you went and did what? Got in a happy relationship? You sound like a loser to me. You're supposed to stay down. Like, 7 is a number of completion. You could have had your time by this time next year. But no, now we'll never know.
Modern women always think that they're the center of a man's universe that don't even know they exist.
If you plan to wait until marriage or just wait on one partner, please make sure you have a designated friend on standby for guidance. I've had all patients of all religions and lifestyle choices ask me questions about what to expect on the first time and what they could do to make things easier. Now, I tell them what I can, but just remember that medical advice is not always going to help you. Sometimes you need advice. It does not matter if that hoe turned into a housewife or if that hoe is married with children now and is monogamous. They are always going to have a repertoire that they could share with you. And I promise you that designated friend is going to be happy to take you under their wing, because some of the nicest people I know. Like, I'm married and pregnant now, but I still got a designated hoe friend, because ultimately I've only had one partner. I am not that experienced. I still got Rachel on standby, and she's been on standby for me ever since I've been in high school. I have been on vacation, and I'll send her photos of the shower in our hotel room. And I'll ask her for her position recommendations, because I know she's been there. Did you think I learned the double-fisted hand motion technique from Khadijah from the masjid? No, that was Rachel. Whatever your lifestyle choices, get the designated friend. You need them in your life.
I guess that's one way to do it. These women, you got to get the experience and the mentorship one way or another. Be safe out there.
I have been on 73 dates in 2024. I am still single with no roster to show for it, but I thought it'd be a fun little treat to go through my top 10 worst dates of 2024, because boy, do I have some stories. On the 10th day of Christmas, where men had the audacity. Starting off this series strong with a man that I should not have gone on more than one date with, but I went on, I think it was like 4 dates with. I literally only went on so many dates because he was rich. His great something grandfather signed the Constitution, so he was old money to the gods. On our first date, he spent like, I think it was like $2,000. It was something ridiculous on omakase. And he would always buy like the most expensive bottle of wine. And since we were both like pretty young looking, the whole staff would like come out and like ask us questions and stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm just here with him. But what made him so awful was that he smelt so bad. And I feel bad saying it, but like it was the worst BO of anyone that I've ever been with. So on our first day, I could obviously smell it, but I was like, you know what? Everyone has off days. I have my days. Like, maybe he just like is smelling bad. I don't know. Which, by the way, he would use ChatGPT to plan all of our dates, which at least he was trying. On our first day, I mentioned I wanted to go to a paint and pour and go to a rooftop that had Italian food. Our second date, he planned a paint and pour to a paint and pour place I've never been to, and it was really good. Then he took me to a rooftop with an Italian dinner at the rooftop. So like he was great at planning the dates, but then every single time would make sure to let me know, yeah, I just typed this into ChatGPT, like it just told me what to do. So like there was effort, but like, I don't know, but at least he was planning things. And I remember on our paint and pour date, I was so embarrassed because we were sitting in the very front of the class and you could just smell him. And you're really close to people around you in the paint and pour. And I was like, everyone either thinks I smell or they're like, why the heck is that girl with this guy that smells so bad? Like, you must have terrible friends if you smell this bad and you've lived your whole life, your friends, your family. Like, my parents would have been like, you smell, get some deodorant, we need to get you new deodorant or something. I don't even think he put on deodorant. And I tried because he was rich. I could see the future. Like, I was like, I want this. He was showing me how Elton John came and privately performed at their house. I am the biggest Elton John fan ever. So I was like, I can see, yeah, you know, like I was like, So I looked in his like cabinets at his apartment and I saw he had deodorant. He actually had 2 bottles, like tubes of deodorant. And then I didn't see he had any cologne. I was like, ooh, this is like a good. And I asked him, I was like, hey, do you like have any cologne or anything that like maybe like I can spray? I was like always trying to play it off, trying to be super nice. And he was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do cologne until I'm like an old man. I was like, babes, you got to start right now. Like, you have to start right now. He would like shower. He would get out of the shower. I like came into the scene too late. It was like seeped into all of his clothes. Like, you would open up his like wardrobe and you would just like smell the stench. And it was like a BO stench. He must have just not been washing his clothes. Like, I don't know. It was like seeping through his pores or something. And the fact that I went on 4 dates with him is crazy. But I was like, if I can just make him smell good, he's like a decent dude. I don't know. He was kind of weird. He had this thing with his like baby blanket, which I'm a stuffed animal. Like, I'm all about letting your inner child flourish as an adult. Like, I don't care if you have a baby blanket at all. But he had this thing where he always, like, he would put it in my mouth. Like, no. The first time the thing touched me, I was like, I know if you're not washing your clothes, you've never washed that thing. Like, that has dust from like, it could have Elton John's dust on it though if it was at the concert. I don't know. That is when I drew the line. That was the last time I saw him. I got my free brunch, I got my Uber from him, and then I peacefully exited. So that was number 10. My plan for this series is to post a new dating story every single day for 10 days. I just made the list of all the stories starting from like 10, the worst, to 1, the worst of the worst. And these stories are actually insane. I forgot a lot of these happened. I've been tracking throughout the year just so I could do my end of the year dating compilation like for my friends. But the stories this year are just too good to not share. So stay tuned for the next 10 days. I'm also going on like 3 dates this week. So maybe something will happen in those that will take the top of the list. A girl can only hope.
The fact that you've had 73 dates and you can create a highlight video, a highlight reel of those 73 dates, a top 10, is absolutely wild. This is what modern women be doing. Sitting out there wasting their time. And you know what? It makes them money. It's good content because modern women like them have nothing better to do but watch them and take techniques from them and learn how to make their lives that much more worse as this woman's life is, apparently. Now, I'm not saying that she's suffering and everything is going bad. All I'm saying is somewhere in there, time is being wasted. Energy, resources, money is being wasted. When you walk up on these type of women, please, TikTok, send these videos out to the men that have taken this woman on a date. Please, God, let these men share this video with their friends or whoever. Let this be a "are we dating the same woman" sort of thing, so that these modern women out here quit wasting people's time, money, and resources, and not to let the other dudes that are doing this off the hook. But my man, please verify that she is not out here wasting your time and money before you go on that date and spend that money. Get on that phone. Use as much time as you want to, as you need to, in order to get the information that you need to. And if she's playing games like this, don't go. Save your money. Go out with the boys. Now, I understand if you just got bored at the house and, hey, man, I feel like getting out on a Friday night and spending a little money. Gotcha. Go ahead and do your thing. You understand the risk and the loss that's about to come. But for you out there seriously looking for somebody, avoid this, please.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's be real with ourselves for a second and just unpack this, shall we? First things first, y'all just like to lie for no reason. You guys just like to lie for no reason. There have been so many videos I've seen on this damn app. Not only videos, I've done this myself, where I have dated men, where I've seen other women who have dated men that they weren't necessarily attracted to in hopes that they would be better than their type. They thought to themselves, oh, you know, well, he's a little bit on the shorter side. He's 5'8", you know, and he doesn't really make the same amount of money as me, but he seems nice. And you know what? My type has hurt my feelings in the past. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna go ahead and give this person a try. And then y'all are trifling too. When I say you don't know what frustration is until you've been lied to, manipulated, cheated on, gaslit, dismissed by someone you were never really attracted to in the first place. Like, what do you mean, bro? You were a personality hire. You were lucky to even be here. If I knew you were going to be on this kind of bull, I would have been with somebody I was actually into in the first place. I need y'all to be real with yourselves and start saying the quiet part out loud. You want women to settle. You want women to settle. You want women to go against what they really want to make an exception for you. And then y'all have the audacity to not be you. What sense does that make? I don't think it's wrong for a woman to want her partner to make similar money as she does, to have a similar job as she does, to have similar ambitions as she does. As far as height is concerned, I mean, you know, personally, I don't got beef with the short kings. Okay, I have no beef with the short kings. Some of the best, situationships that I've ever been in have been with short kings. So, you know, the height thing, whatever, let's throw that out. But to say that the men that are, that are tall and that are attractive and that are making money, that they're not settling down, they're settling down, babe. Like, what are we talking about here? I think the consumption of all that red pill content is starting to warp your brains a little bit. It's starting to warp your brains a little bit because y'all would rather complain. Y'all would rather complain and blame women for the reason that you are single, perpetually single, and have never touched a woman in the first place. Y'all would rather complain instead of, I don't know, doing the work on yourself to make yourself a little bit more of a viable option, to make yourself more competitive in the dating market. You would rather cry about it than do something about it. And that's also not very attractive to your average woman. Because for me personally, ain't nothing more unattractive than a man that complains and does nothing about it. That a man that complains about things that are easily fixable and then he does nothing about it. That is just talk about the Sahara, okay? It's not attractive. It's not cute. And let's be real, fam. Is that even working for you? Is it working for you? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you sleeping with anybody right now? Probably not. Probably not. And I can see why. Because, ew. In closing, you're a lame. This comment was lame. And I feel really sorry for you. I feel really sorry for you.
So the comment is women spend all their time rejecting average decent men and go for the few most attractive, tall, handsome, or rich. Those men won't have any incentive to ever settle down or, I'm guessing, be with you. Let's say this guy is trash. He's an incel. He doesn't get any, yada, yada, yada. He needs to go and fix that, right? Now let's turn the attention to you. I think his entire point and what the point is of a lot of men is that women today are so condescending. Modern women are so condescending, which it turns out, surprise, surprise, your tone is right now while I was being attacked, yada, yada, yada. No, when you're talking about certain things, you're actually already very condescending. Now you said, which kind of lends to his point, you were in multiple situationships. Well, I was in multiple situationships with short kings. Why? Why are you not learning and adapting? That's what the problem is with modern women. They don't learn, they don't adapt. Doesn't matter if the man's tall, short, fat, skinny, it don't matter. Modern women get themselves in a position where they don't ask questions. They keep on going for the same type over and over again. What you're saying for a lot of women is going to sound good, but really it's a bunch of buzzwords. You're asking the man, does it work for him? Well, okay, we're going to put him to the side as he needs more work. Let me ask you a question. Is it working for you? And the answer is probably not. Back to his point, you spend all your time rejecting average, decent men and go for the few most attractive men. So it's not working out for you either, because his point overall is maybe he wasn't able to articulate it, but his point was the men that you're going for, that you're looking for, don't want you. And you're saying, well, if I had known that this guy that I thought was beneath me, or you're a personality hire, so you're not really as good as I know that I can get, but I'm just giving you a chance. If I had known that he was going to be trash too, I would have gone for the trash guy that was going to treat me like trash. And at least I would have loved looking at him while getting treated like trash. Your mentality is already wrong. So it's back to, once again, his comment, even though maybe he didn't articulate it right, once again, the message is still, or should have been, received. I'm out here playing games. I'm out here not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm getting the same result over and over again. I, which you just admitted, am in situationships, multiple ones. I can't get these guys that I want to treat me like I want to be treated. They want to be with somebody else. They want to be playing around. They ain't nothing, which is what he was saying. Sit down.
Can you tell me the difference between the crush and the obsession? Because I don't understand. If I have a crush on you, you should be grateful that I don't kill and put you in my room yet. Because I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to not to do it, but I want to do it so bad. I want to put you in my room and look at your eyes every second in my life. That what means I have a crush on you, okay?
Avoid her. She's dangerous.
This is Who Shouldn't Hit Me Up in 2025. We're going to start off with a man who I asked multiple rounds from, and he is 31, and he took Viagra to fulfill my request. I don't know how it works, like, for you guys, but, like, I don't know. Men I've been with, they just look at me as up. Like, if you need to take something for it to go up, I'm probably not your girl. I'm not the one for you, so don't hit me up. The second one will be the man who didn't shower when he slept over my house. The next day we went to Target because he also slept over again and didn't shower. And I was like, I want to buy board games, but I really just wanted to make sure that we can get you a toothbrush. The third one's going to be a man, maybe sounds so shallow, that said he had his own business, but I saw you at Mainland at the mall. I'm almost 30. I'm so sorry. You're like, I'm not trying to shun you, but I think I did shun you though. Like, no offense. Like, I'm almost 30. Like, you know, I used to have a mall job, but also I'm almost 30. So, oh my God, I'm gonna get ate up in these comments. Like, this man is selling Hennessy sweaters. You are not the man for me. Do not hit me up. Who else? If I keep going on, you guys are gonna think I'm for the streets. And I'm not, because it's a new year and my body can't reset. So, Happy New Year.
I'm glad you said it, because the longer you went, you were just letting us know that you are actually for the streets. You try to be out here dumping on men, telling us how men are terrible, but then you really just outed yourself as somebody who be out there living the life of a, you know what? You get it.
What's up, Junie? You look good. It's been a minute. Are you pregnant?
I am, actually, 4 months.
So why'd you want to go on this date? Where's the father at? Why aren't you with him?
Oh, no. That man is a bum. He is a scammer. He works in the nightlife. How am I raise a child around that?
You expected me to help you raise your child?
Well, yeah. Yeah, listen, I just feel like you're the better father figure. Like, you are financially stable. You got 2 degrees. You got a house. You got a car. You can take care of us.
I've been chasing you for 5 years, since high school. And now you want to give me a chance once you get pregnant by somebody else? What's up with that? You know what? I'm out. This ain't for me.
Wait, why?
Is it not clicking? Somebody else got you pregnant, and now you want me to take the responsibility of that.
You don't want to be a dad?
You had a chance 5 years ago when I was trying to talk to you. We could have been married now. We could have had kids. We could have had a house. We could have had a car. I could have been taken care of. Everything would have been smooth, and that would have been my time. No,
we can still build that life.
we cannot. I'm sorry. I'm out. Good luck. Have a nice day.
Wow. What about my baby? I didn't want to be with you anyway.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Somebody in the comments said, this happened to me. She got mad at me for saying, we can't be together. We can't be together. You're damaged goods now. What? What? God, dog, that is insane.
We couldn't even get a job or build a business. We had to sprinkle with you. We had to get married to you. Now we don't have to get married to you. We don't have to share a bed with you. So if you want that, pay our bills.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Never enter any sort of relationship with you where the person thinks they're doing you a favor just by being in the relationship with you. If them being with you is not enough and they need something in return, do not be with that person. They don't like you. Again, if you listen to her, she's talking about how like women were obligated to get married, obligated to be with certain men. She's very much implying that that's not what she wants to do, okay, which is completely fine if you want to be single, date other women, etc., etc. Her and many women who say these same things on the internet are actively telling us that they don't like dating men. It's not an enjoyable experience for them. Luckily for them, again, like she said in the video, you do not have to. There are too many women out there who do want to date men to be stuck on the fact that there's this percentage of women that don't want to date men and will just never be satisfied unless they're getting XYZ from said man. If the roles were reversed and a man was like, oh, you know, we used to have to like marry you to be able to sleep with you, blah, 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 but now we have dating apps, we have these lifelike dolls that you can get sent to in the mail, women would be like, oh yeah, okay, like get away from us. Like that's completely fine. Some of them are not understanding it when it's what this woman just said. Like, what are we supposed to be like? Oh no, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'll pay the bills, I promise. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like if some of them really took a look at the rhetoric that they're spewing and thought like about it, or had like any sort of like empathy, or like, how would I feel if this was said like towards me, you would realize like it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm sorry that the game is losing like this person from the dating pool. I'm sorry for all the men who would have wanted her, but I personally don't think it's that big of a deal or big of a loss. Like, it's just,
bro, this woman's gotta be like 45 now and still acting a fool like this. Go sit down and turn that camera off, doc. So the backstory on this is that apparently she used to date an NFL player, if you can probably guess, or as you can probably guess, somebody from the 49ers, right? And she's documenting the breakup. I'm not going to share the entire thing, but basically she's talking about one of her experiences.
So one of my girlfriends, she called me out. She was basically saying, she's like, you've been so mature and so poised about this breakup. She's like, but you're a water sign like me. I know how you actually feel. I'm like, girl, you have no idea how mean I want to be, but I'm trying to be the better person. So this is the one time I'm going to be mean about this breakup. So if you follow me on my other platform, you guys would know that he got me these paper peonies. And then I posted the paper peonies with the card that he got me. And I'll read you the card right now. Let me cover his name. It goes, this card. It goes, Yoshi, why buy you real flowers when I could buy you ones that will never die? You are simply amazing. I love doing life with you. And there's a card if you actually want to read it. Anyways, when I first read this card, dead ass, my first thought in my head was, why would you buy me real flowers? Because I buy myself real flowers every freaking week. Every week when I go to Whole Foods, I buy myself flowers every week. You're supposed to be treating me better than I treat myself. That was the first thought in my head. But I was so infatuated. I was just like, oh, he's so doubtful. He remembered that I love the peonies and these ones are never gonna die. But you know what I did? You know what I did? I put the peonies right here, right next to my Venus de Fleur. My OG followers, you guys would remember this because this was a dating story time that I shared with all of you. So if you don't know what Venus de Fleur is, I didn't even know what they were when I first got them. My girlfriend who called me out, she was the girlfriend that put me on these. She's like, you got forever flowers? I was like, what are you talking about? They still smell good. I got these like maybe 3 years ago. Anyways, I went on a first date with this guy. Didn't hold his hand, didn't kiss him, nothing. Our very first date. He lived in like San Jose area, came to my apartment, picked me up, drove us to San Francisco. I don't remember the restaurant's name at the top of my head. I'll look it up and insert it. But he took us to the steakhouse that's a part of, I believe it's the baseball stadium that's in San Francisco. I'm not a big baseball fan, don't come for me. But anyways, it's a steakhouse that's really close to it. Anyways, ordered this amazing spread for us to share. I kid you not, like that bill must have been like almost $300. Like it was a really, really nice steakhouse. Took us over dinner. Then he took us to, what is it called? Is it the Tech Museum? Or the Exploratorium. He took us to the Exploratorium because they were having an exhibit there about astrology and astronomy. And I love the moon. And he saw that they were having this exhibit where they had this huge moon that you could stand under. That was the first date. Drives us home, gives me a bottle of wine when he drops me off. Never made a move. Didn't even touch me, nothing. Pure gentleman. 3 days later, delivered to my door. Venus de Fleur. Forever freaking flowers in my favorite color. You know how much these cost? These 4 flowers? I don't remember at the top of my head. I think these cost like $300 or $400. Like these are freaking expensive because they're forever flowers. Anyways, I put them right next to my paper peonies so that I could remember what I was choosing. because I'm such a great person. I was so nice. I wasn't going for money. I wasn't going for looks. I was going strictly because I enjoyed our time together and I was getting to know him and falling for his story, his personality. But no, real thoughts on that. I thought that was so stupid. Why would I buy you real flowers when I could buy you ones that never die? Because I buy myself flowers. You have to buy me flowers too. Better ones too, especially peonies. Peonies are amazing. But yeah, anyways, remember, girls. That's when I knew. That's when I knew when we broke up, and I was like, I'll be fine, because the dates that I used to go on before the 49er, I used to be picked up in G-Wagons. I used to get omakase for dinner. I was settling for what? I almost settled for that.
One thing that I notice about these modern women is that they continue to live in their past, like greatest highlights. They take men and put them in the Men Hall of Fame. Like, I once dated an NFL player. I want to get back to those glory days. I once was in the same room with a baseball player. I should be able to get that again. And unfortunately, like professional people, professional ball players, your time is past. You're past your prime. Some people in the NBA and the NFL get it and they quit playing. They say, okay, it's time for me to retire. Some people in their old age can do it more and do it longer. They have longevity. Very few, a handful of people have been able to do that. That's what these modern women are. Very few modern women are able to do it a long, long time. And women see that and say, okay, if she can do it, then I can do it. No, you can't. The majority of people are not going to be able to do that. Well, if I do this and if I do that, no, not everybody's going to be able to do that. You're not going to put in the hard work or the dedication to be able to do that. Doesn't mean that you can't be a Hall of Famer or have a good career. It just means that you probably need to take advantage of the window of opportunity that you have when you have it, or else you run the risk of fading off into obscurity. What she's doing right now is reliving her glory days. So her page basically is going to be a highlight of dating stories. This is what I did. I met this man. And you see that with a lot of modern women. I met this man here. He was doing this. I love that about him. But I'm going on to the another one, because I don't know. I'm just going to try to find something better, something greater, right? I never really settle down on a person. I just keep on going through the motions. Same old thing. And I keep on getting money on one end from the women who are living through me vicariously. And then I keep on having these experiences. Unfortunately, it's going to come crashing down at some point in time, because you're not going to have anybody, just memories and highlights. And if that's enough for you, well, what can I say?